Good morning, it's Wendy Jacobs here with a quick video message. This morning I want to talk to you about a conversation that I had with one of the viewers of these videos yesterday. And I asked him whether he would ask me a question that he felt would be helpful for himself, because he was going through a breakup, but also for anyone else that may be in the same space. And what he shared was his difficulty in maintaining thoughts that were positive for him. He was doing a lot of thinking about things that he said were not the right thing. And I can definitely relate to this space. So I thought I'd make the video this morning about that and what it is that I learned that helped me overcome that. And it's really cool, really simple, and you will have a lot of fun doing it. Okay, here we go. So often after a relationship, you can find yourself in a headspace, in a space of overthinking. And a lot of this overthinking is really not serving you very well at all. It's taking away from your energy. It's consuming you from your life. You're not able to be present in your life with the people you love, in your job. It can feel quite obsessive. I know for me, I even felt as though I was thinking in my sleep. I could literally hear my thoughts while I was sleeping. And this was exhausting. It was absolutely exhaustive. So one morning, as I was sitting on my couch, feeling really deflated actually, really quite depressed, with a cup of coffee in my hand, looking out the window, just not feeling passionate about the day, very different to how I usually live. I remembered the words, follow your bliss. Joseph Campbell puts this so simply and so perfectly. Follow your bliss. And so I started to have a search around myself internally and in my environment, in my mind. I was trying to look for this bliss. And the moment I caught a glimpse of it, the moment I felt a bit of glimpse, I did exactly what I shared with you in the video last week about why you're not over your ex, and I milked that feeling. I absolutely took every single little piece of joy out of that feeling. Okay, so what happened in that moment? That moment I had this feeling of bliss. I took every piece of joy, every piece of happiness, and I just kept expanding on it. But what was going on at the time is my head was still getting in the way, because I've got to give you a bit of a background to this. I was sitting on my couch. It was early December, a really hectic time of year. I have 3 children who are going on school holidays very soon, so there were, parent-teacher interviews to do, there were gifts to buy for their KKs, there were graduation celebrations and masses. It was Christmas, I had Christmas shopping to do, there was my business to run, and there was my 40th birthday coming up. There were so many things that needed my attention at the time that I just didn't have the energy to put into. But when I decided to follow my bliss, where I felt that coming from was this urge to start packing. For no apparent reason, just to start packing. And because at the time, honestly, I was so broken and so deflated, I felt like I had no other choice. If I wanted to feel good, then I needed to follow this stream of happiness and where it came from. I couldn't allow my mind to get in the way. I had to just follow what felt like bliss. And so I started packing. Yeah, early December, I pulled out boxes, I started filling them up. I took every single picture off the wall in my home. My children came home from school and asked me, Mum, are we moving? And I was like, I don't know. I was just doing it because it felt good, even though really, honestly, it made no intellectual sense to do at the time. Now, this was just the beginning, okay? But what I did know at the time was that my happiness was really important and that I needed to find it in any way that I could. And once I caught a glimpse of it, I just needed to milk it. I needed to expand it. I needed to feel it in my nervous system. And I had to keep following my bliss. And what followed from that was me becoming more aware of what actually felt good to me. But I really struggled. At this time in my life, not so long ago, I really struggled because a lot of it didn't make intellectual sense to me. Cognitively, I thought, well, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, yeah, it feels good, but why would I do that? Because it feels good. And a lot of us have learnt to stop paying attention to what feels good. But there's a huge clue here. So what happened was I started following my bliss bit by bit, and I just trusted. I just surrendered. I was in a place in my life where I was so down that I had no other choice. That if I wanted to be happy, then I needed to find that happiness, and I had to live it, expand it, experience it, and just surrender, feel it, and go on. But you know what? The most magical thing happened from this experience. What happened for me, and what I know will happen for you if you decide to dedicate yourself to this exercise, was when I got into alignment with my joy, with my happiness, and I just started to follow my bliss and I didn't let my head get in the way, doors just started opening for me. not only did I start feeling better, but doors started opening, synchrony started to happen. I started to meet people. Things just started to shift magically in my life. And the more that happened, the better I felt. And the more I milked it. And I know this sounds so simplistic, but that was all. That really was all it was that I did starting early December when I was in this place of being completely broken. I decided to follow my bliss. I decided to listen to my body more than my head. I decided to make my happiness, my joy, my priority. And the moment I committed to that, not only did I find love within myself and joy within myself, I completely stepped into alignment with which I know is my life's purpose, which is to share with you everything that I have learned on my life's journey through heartache, heartbreak, finding purpose, finding passion, and living my truth authentically. So, I know this message is quite different to those that I often share with you, but it's what I felt inspired to share this morning, and I hope that it is as truly blessing for you as it has been for me. My wish is that you commit to it today. Trust, surrender, follow your bliss, and just let the world unfold and bring to you exactly what it knows that you need. So as always, live consciously and filled with love. Goodbye.